Congratulations, 3 points, 4 goals. Again, it's another home performance where the job done, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And the sign of a good team is when it's not going great or you're not at your maximum, you don't concede. And in my seasons here, I think there's been times where we've been a bit off it at home and maybe we have conceded, whether it be early on or late on. So to come in at half time, I'm actually relatively pleased because I thought we defended what York threw at us really, really well, whilst knowing that we had to up the gears to get the win. So once again, obviously we had a team here who put a lot of people behind the ball and really defended that low block really well first half. But saying that, we were very wasteful, weren't we? But to come in at 0-0 and not be at full pelt is a credit to the players and their willingness to make sure that worse ways you get points or 1 point and clean sheets, and don't just accept we're having a bit of a bad day, so they're going to score in a minute. I never felt this coming. I didn't think, when they kept getting corners, I didn't think they were going to score in a minute. Hindsight's a great thing, isn't it? But I didn't feel that tonight, and obviously at half time, made it clear to the players that he's just go up a notch in their performances, and I thought to a man they all went up in their performances second half, which led to a very comfortable win.
Obviously the first 20 minutes York sort of tried to play in Chesterfield's half. Could you see the game gradually turning towards your favour as the half went on?
Yeah, you'd like to think so. As I say, hindsight's great. It's great, if we sat lost 2-0, you think, well, I didn't see it coming. I think I've had about 3 or 4 corners on the trot, and they just looked up for it, didn't they, York, early on, to be fair to them. And we kept winning it back and then maybe passing it off the pitch and putting longer balls through to their goalie. And it was frustrating, especially of how well we've been playing and how good we've been with the ball. I think getting into half time, we always know that the players can go up a gear. So to go in at 0-0 was very important. No, we hadn't played that well, because if they'd scored, then that low block turned into a really low block and it's really hard to score. Whereas at 0-0, they're sort of still going for it whilst trying to keep the back door closed. And as soon as we got that first goal, I thought we really started to dominate. And I think we played for another 5 or 10 minutes, might have scored a couple more, but I don't mean that disrespectfully at all. I just thought we were the better team. But yeah, first half was okay, second half excellent.
How good was it, the first goal, to keep the ball rotating as well after Grigg had hit the crossbar, and to get it back into the area again?
Yeah, and that's what's important. The gaffer says a lot about recycling and being patient. It isn't passing for the sake of it, it's passing for the right opportunity to strike or to cross. So we don't want to stop the lads from shooting. Look at Tom Naylor's goal, look at Banksy's goal. But there is a method to the play and the way we want them to play that gets you to those positions. And I thought the boys did that really well. They didn't lash at things, they didn't put crosses in that when they were off balance, they turned out and played it, and when the cross was right, it came in, which was a great ball, and Will probably should have scored. But saying that, like I said to yourself and Liam all throughout the season, even when Will Grigg doesn't score, he does the role of a target man really well, even though he's not a target man. His work rate is first class, and I'm so glad he's got 2 goals tonight. The second one was sublime. Yeah,
his 2 goals were worthy of a performance that when he puts the energy in, and grabbing that second one was really off, coming off a mistake from the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
On both goals in many respects.
Yeah, and I think I think they're adamant he was offside for the tapping, but we've watched it back and he wasn't. And even that, he does such a sharp movement, which only top strikers can do. It comes natural to him, and that's why he's at the club. The second one, you're right, the goalie made a mistake, but he doesn't make the mistake if Griggy isn't working his socks off to go and press him. And it was 3-0 at that point, wasn't it? Sorry, I've just come in out. Yeah,
4 for them.
Yeah, that was the 4th goal, wasn't it? So, he could have gone, well, I'll just sit off now. The game's won, but that's the hunger we've got in these set of players. They want to keep going. They want to score goals. And a credit to them because they kept another clean sheet. They've had a lot of criticism as a team for not keeping clean sheets, and Boots come in was excellent. So whether it's Boots or Harry Tyra, Grimes or Freckleton, Tyrone or Palms, we're really developing something that's good. But developing's the key word, because there's a long way to go.
Yeah, I want to talk about that, about 5 changes he made as well. Harry Tyra, is it an issue with his back spasm or something?
Yeah, he felt it Friday, and obviously we kept it quiet. And then the game was off, and then we thought we wouldn't say anything in case it suddenly gets better. But with backs, it's tough on it with trapped nerves and spasms, etc. And he said he feeling a lot better today, but as we don't have a goalie on the bench, it's a hell of a risk, isn't it? Yeah. And like I've also said at the start of the season, you bring in 2 so-called number ones who I think can play in any team in this league and probably above. Big statement, I know. Knowing that at some point the other one will be called upon. Boots has been like any outfield player I talked to you about out the team, trained brilliantly with David O'Hare, been ready, been professional. last 2 games he's kept 2 clean sheets and been excellent. So that's another difficult in it for the selection process for Kidderminster, but they're great headaches to have.
Not managed to ask you really about Joe quickly, but it looks like he's going to be out for a short while anyway, unfortunately, due to his ankle.
Yeah, I would say another week or 2. So hopefully it's no longer than that. I think we play one up front. We've got a few options. Obviously, we've got Griggy and Harley. We've got attacking lads in wide areas that can do that role. Obviously, the loan market's open if we wanted to do that, but managers are key at giving people opportunities. Harley's been here, been patient, so why shouldn't he come off the bench and get a chance to run around and sprint and show the fans what he's got? It's just a shame one hasn't dropped him. With the team on their knees like York were in the final moments tonight. It'd be nice for him to get a goal to make it 5. But yeah, Harley's going to be a good player for us at the minute. Griggy's the main man while Quiggs is injured.
Any thoughts of dipping into the loan market then, or is it certainly on the agenda?
I think it's not on the agenda, but it's always discussed, and that's not just for centre forward roles, that's for everything. We always look to make, or we would look to make the squad stronger if we felt it needed it. We're top of the league, scoring goals. At the minute we don't feel it necessarily needs it. Times might change, players might get injured and suspensions, etc. But at the moment we're really pleased with what we got.
I haven't managed to speak to you about Portsmouth either. I mean, everybody's looking forward to that tie, aren't they? Really, I think to get it's possibly the worst draw you could have got, isn't it? Because they're top and flying at the League One. A bit like Kettering got against Chesterfield, wasn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it's what you define as worst. I mean, I can't even before Chelsea's and West Brom's, I always said to you guys, I'd like the bigger one early on. Because we're going for the league, I think if you're a National League team, with all due respect, who's happy being mid-table and that's your thing, the FA Cup, your main objective, then I might be different. But to have Portsmouth at home, on telly, packed house, they won't relish coming here, believe me. We're the underdogs, which makes a lovely, refreshing change. All the media are going to be absolutely gutted when I do it in front of Paul Cook and Gary Roberts, 2 Pompey legends, but we'll deal with that when we come to it.
All right.
All right.